Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. On the arraignment of Saliu Mamman, the former minister of power, that's Buhari's minister, the Nigerian court have granted him a 10 billion naira bail a day after he suffered some mysterious collapse in the courtroom. And guys, you would be shocked. So all of a sudden, the Federal High Court in Abuja recently granted a 10 billion bail to the former minister of power, Mr. Saliu Mamman, who was remanded in prison custody over his alleged involvement in a 33 billion fraud. And the trial judge, Justice James Omotosho, who delivered the judgment, permitted Mamman, who is facing a 12-count charge, to a 10 billion post bail with two sureties required to provide equivalent guarantees. The court specified that the sureties must own landed properties in Abuja with a minimum valuation of 750 million naira. Additionally, they must present a 3-year tax clearance certificate and affidavit of means. Both Mamams and the sureties are to submit certified copies of their recent bank statements and passport photographs. Furthermore, Mamman was directed to submit his passport to the court registrar pending verification of all documents before the release. Alternatively, the court allowed the sureties to furnish a 10 billion bank guarantee or bond. Now, we know that Mamman was remanded at the Kuji prison on Thursday by the court, and he would remain there until he will remain in prison custody until all his bail conditions are met. And at the continuation of his trial on Thursday, the former minister of power under the ex-president Muhammad Buhari had collapsed outside the courtroom. The event occurred at the Federal High Court in Abuja and was blamed on his alleged ill health. The former minister counsel Femi San had informed Justice James Omotosho shortly when he was called to take his plea. And upon resumed hearing, the ex-minister walked into the courtroom and stepped into the dock with part of his clothes drenched. The Justice Omotosho was quoted as asking why Mama was sweating or whether it was raining outside. And then the accused stated that it was from the water poured on him because he fainted. Guys, we recall that Mamman was remanded in prison custody after he pleaded not guilty to the 12-count money laundering charge the EFCC had preferred against him. He was rearrested in 2021, about 4 months after he was removed from the office by the ex-president Muhammad Buhari. The EFCC, amongst other things, alleged that he conspired with staff members of the ministry to divert about 22 billion that was meant for the Zuguru power project and the Mabila hydroelectric power project. The anti-graft agency EFCC said its investigations revealed that the suspect used the funds to acquire choice assets both within and out of the country. So Mamman, who was represented by a legal team led by Mr. Femi San, had appealed for the bail based on constitutional provisions and assured the court of his readiness to face trial without interference with witnesses. The EFCC, presented by Mr. A.O. Mohammed, did not oppose bail but requested conditions ensuring Mamman's presence at trial, although the case was adjourned until September 25th for further proceedings. But guys, we know that this is just a smokescreen. This is a sham, a big sham at the highest order. This is the continuation of fraud. For how long will these politicians play this game? For how long will they mess with the minds of the people? Now, you were arraigned before the court, and all of a sudden you fainted. Why didn't you faint since? Or is it because of your arraignment at the court, and then you decided to put up an act, and then you faint, so that the court would have mercy on you? Collapsing in court it has been a common practice among politicians. When it gets to the stage whereby they are being called upon to face and answer for their crimes, they will suddenly collapse. This is an act. This is an act by these politicians. And I hope the Nigerian judiciary get to see this act. I hope they get to see this act. So after all the money he has embezzled, At the end of the day, the court will grant them bail. 10 billion naira bail. How about the money he has stolen? How about the projects he has pocketed to himself and his family? Those assets he acquired, how are they going to retrieve those assets? In Nigeria, everything is possible. In Nigeria, everything is possible. They gave him a bail of 10 billion naira, but the money he stole is much more than that 10 million naira. That 10 billion naira, I beg your pardon. But then, it seems that this is a good business for them. The judiciary will give judgment at the end of the day. They give them bail. But then collapsing in courts is an act. We know this is just an act portrayed by these politicians. Because when the news came out, it was said that the arraignment of this particular Mamman, the former Minister of Power, was set. And then on Thursday morning, he reportedly collapsed inside the courtroom before his own case was called. He collapsed. And when he later appeared before the courtroom, the judge had to ask, "Why are you sweating? Why is your body drenched with water? Is it that it's raining outside?" Other people answered and said water was poured on him because he collapsed. So he felt if he collapsed, the judge will have mercy on him. Guys, this is really, serious. Out of the 33 billion naira fraud, the court has asked him for 10 billion bail. So it seems that the judiciary, itself is also corrupt. There's corruption everywhere. So after stealing this huge amount of money, no tangible punishment, and then they give them bail of a huge amount of money. So it seems that he stole 33 billion naira. And out of the 33 billion naira, he's given the court 10 billion naira. And he has a total of about 23 billion naira remaining for himself. So it seems this is a very good ploy for these politicians. They settle the court and then they go scot-free. Nothing else. Guys, the judiciary has been weak. The Nigerian judiciary is not efficient, is not effective in any way. This is just another means of settlement. You settle the courts and then you are good to go. They are all criminals. Corruption cannot fight corruption. But then, this is Nigeria. Everything is possible. I'm dropping here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section.